Welcome back. Joining me now is professional actor Andrew Lewis Caldwell. Thank you so much for joining me, Andrew.
Thank you for having me. I love being on the news. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Okay.
I've been in like 100 movies.
Yeah.
I prefer the news.
Okay, well,
Yeah, so it's a
I'm
big
so
deal.
happy you're here.
Thanks.
Well, you're here to talk about your acting studio you're
Yes.
opening up, but before we get into that, I want to talk about how you started acting.
Sure. I started acting when I was a kid. I was 15. I won this little competition thing in Florida. And my mom was crazy enough to be like, yeah, let's move to LA. So we left Michigan, moved to LA. And yeah, I just started the grind, you know. It was like, it was the old school actor, audition. Started booking some jobs, started working on Disney Channel a lot.
Oh, wow.
Started on Hannah Montana, and then did a couple movies like Transformers in college. And so just kind of built the resume up, and yeah, it's the rest is history, as they say.
What was your personal experience in the entertainment business, especially since you started out so young as a teenager?
Yeah, well, I mean, it sort of defined me. You know, when you start doing something so young, and you start a career at such a young age, it sort of becomes who you are. So to have like a personal experience, it's kind of hard to pin it down because it's who I am. You know, it's a part of my DNA now.
Right.
You know.
So now you have moved to Buffalo,
Yeah.
put down roots here.
Yeah, for the weather. I came here for the weather.
Yeah, the great weather, seeing the sun all the time, and nice. Okay. So you're starting your own acting studio.
Yeah.
You're bringing your passion, your love, and your LA knowledge to Buffalo. So tell me about the studio and what you're going to be providing.
Sure. So I'm starting the studio for a few reasons. One, Casting Buffalo is a company out here that's working with productions to bring them to Buffalo.
Right.
They've put together a great deal with the Buffalo or New York Film Commission. So there's going to be a lot of major studio productions here in the next couple of years. So I wanted to offer something that would prepare Buffalo actors to be ready to work on set. You know, it's one thing to learn how to act. You can take an acting class and learn how to act, that's fine. But to learn how to act for film and television is a totally different beast.
It is.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that acting for the stage versus the camera is two very different types of acting.
Different. And then there's auditioning, and then there's television and film. It's all different. And so that's what my studio does. I'm preparing people for a career in this business. Not to say you can't take the class for fun and expression and coming in and getting to know yourself a little better. That's definitely a part of it. But there's so many great actors and filmmakers and people in Buffalo, and I just kind of want to help tweak and get them, you know, where they need to be when the camera starts rolling.
So tell me about the classes and coaching that you're trying to provide.
Yeah, so the classes, I have a kids class, I have a teens class, and an adult class. We do it out of the Mel School of Music and Theater at the McKinley Mall. And the kids class is definitely to sort of have more fun, get the kids to express themselves a little better, you know. Teen class gets a little bit more intense. We work on scene study, we work on improv, we work on behavior on set, because that really is the most important thing. And then our adult class is really my advanced sort of, we really dive into it. And so it's a lot of everything, but it's a personal experience in my class. I teach people to sort of be themselves, comfortable with who they are, and express themselves honestly, and it's a great experience for everybody who takes the class.
What advice would you give anyone that wants to start a career in acting?
Take my class, that's what I would say. I would say sign up for my class. It's probably the best first step you can take at this point. I wish I had something like that. You know, like when I first started, I was in LA, thrown to the wolves, figure it out. To have somebody who's done it for so long and experienced it in so many different ways, I'm here to help. You know, I want to help people succeed in this. I want people to have that dream come true.
You know, it's a very, like you said, you're kind of thrown to the wolves when you do it. You're sending in self-tapes. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what the lighting is. You don't know all these tips. But to have someone that's done it for years to be able to guide you and say, don't do this. This is the color you need. But like all those little things makes a difference,
Yeah,
right?
and I help with self-tapes. I help with auditions. I mean, you name it. It's what I do. I'm doing this because I enjoy it. I enjoy doing this. I get the same thrill from teaching as I do from acting in films.
Right? Really?
I do, because I like to see people get it. You know, there's a moment where a switch goes off and you're like, whoa, I'm acting now, you know? And that's my favorite thing in the world. So I'm here to help. I'm here to help actors in Buffalo, and so is Casting Buffalo. And so, you know, this collaboration, I think, is going to be super beneficial.
What has been one of your favorite projects you've worked on?
Oh, man. Well, a lot of them no one's ever seen. You do a lot of movies and they don't ever come out, you know?
Yeah.
I just did Matrix Resurrections, the new Matrix film that came out, and that was pretty amazing.
Wow.
We shot in Berlin for 3 months during COVID. So that was pretty cool. And I like working on the kids shows. I like working on Henry Danger and Danger Force, and that's really fun because you get to be silly and over the top and do fun stuff. So, but everything I've done has been great in its own way. You know, I've done such a variety of, like, from kid shows to animation to studio movies to indie movies, and I love all of it.
How was working on Hannah Montana? Because I mean, that was my
No,
childhood.
Hannah Montana was great. I mean, that was like one of my first sort of like big jobs out the gate, and it was right when the show was blowing up, and I mean, it was awesome. It was super fun, and that role has followed me around kind of my whole life. You know? So, but yeah, I loved working on Hannah Montana.
And
Awesome.
Nickelodeon, you
And
really
Nickelodeon,
hit
yeah. I'm
the double whammy of
Andrew
child
Lewis
stars.
Caldwell loves the kids. You know?
Well, listen, you do love the kids, and he wants to work with your kids. So if
I
you
do.
want to register for a class or find out more information, email alcactingstudio@gmail.com. Thanks again, Andrew.
Thank you
And
so
good luck
much.
with the new studio.
Appreciate it.
No problem.